What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Team Big Plays. So for today, what I got for you is a Prank Kids combo tutorial. This is going to be a follow-up to my deck profile that I released a couple weeks back. I'll have a link to that video down in the description. But for today, the combos I'm going to be showing you essentially revolve around the 4 Prank Kids starter cards. You're going to use Instant Fusion, Pranks, Pandemonium, and Polymerization. This is just for your starter combos. There's going to be a couple more that I'll show you that you can use later down the line. A Mystic Mine combo that you can use to kind of just burn your opponent down. I don't have Mystic Mine anymore. I ended up trading a couple of them off. Ban list is coming up soon. I don't know what's happening with that. I think it'll probably just get limited, but I decided just to kind of play it safe with that. So I'll just use a proxy for that, and then there is a combo with Bow Wow and Totally Awesome that allows you to just Raigeki your opponent the next turn. So we're going to start off with our Instant Fusion. So each of these combos kind of have their own requirements, kind of resources that you need in order to actually get the combo to start off. So with Instant Fusion, you only need Instant Fusion and 1 Prank Kids monster. Sorry if there's any background noise. Apparently they're doing weed whacking outside. So anyways, Instant Fusion, 1 Prank Kids monster. So for this combo, you can either normal summon your Prank Kids monster first, then activate Instant Fusion, or you can Instant Fusion, then do your Prank Kids monster. Doesn't necessarily matter. But normally your Prank Kids monster, do Instant Fusion. You want to special summon out, I prefer to use Rocket Ride. You can use Weather Washer. It doesn't really matter which one you use. Depends on how you want to save resources. But I tend to use Rocket Ride because if I have a way to recycle it, I normally just do that. So I pay your 1,000 life points. Then you want to link 2. You want to go into your Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo. Then you want to set your chain link up. You want Dodo to be chain link 1 and Fansies to be chain link 2, because one of the most important things is you want your Dodo to go through. So like, even if they ash your Fansies, you can recur that Fansies and you can just have Dodo search another card. Of course, what would happen after would depend on the card in your hand. Like if you had a Prank Kids Pranks in your hand, you could just use Dodo to search the field spell, get back your Rocket Ride and your Fansies, and then just pretty much do the exact same thing again. But for the sake of the video, we're going to say it doesn't get ashed. Fansies effect is going to go off. You're going to send off of Fansies. For this combo, you're going to want to send Prank Kids Plan. Then special summon. It doesn't particularly matter. You can special summon Roxy's, Dropsies, Lampsies. You can't special summon another Fansies. Anyways, so for this, we're just going to say Dropsies. We're going to use Dodo's effect. Dodo is going to add Prank Kids Pandemonium. Then you're going to use Prank Kids Pandemonium. You're going to fusion summon both of these into your Prank Kids Rocket Ride. You're going to set chain link 1, chain link 2, because you want your Dropsies to go through. Dropsies effect, gain 1,000 life points, special summon. After Rocket Ride's effect goes off, obviously, which is just to lose 1,000, attack your opponent directly. If you're going first, obviously, can't attack directly. But Lampsies, and then you're going to use Rocket Ride's effect, tribute to special. You're going to special summon Prank Kids Dodo Doodle Doo, and you're going to special summon one other Prank Kids monster. Doesn't necessarily matter which one. Then you're going to use Dodo Doodle Doo's effect, tribute itself, to add back to your hand 2 Prank Kids cards with different names. You're going to add your plan and your Pandemonium. Then you're going to link these 2. You're going to go into your Bow Wow. Then off of Lampsies, you're going to special summon one of these 3, one of the main 3, Fire, Water, or Lightning. So for this case, let's just say we special summon another Fansies. Fansies is preferable anyways, because you'd like to get another Prank Kids Plan into your grave. So just having our field's nice. So by the end of the turn, your setup is going to be, you're going to have one Pandemonium set, you're going to have one plant set. Then for next turn, what you can do is you can use, there's a couple different ways. You could just fusion summon these two straight into Prankid's Weather Washer. And then use Weather Washer's effect, Tribute. You can bring back your Bow Wow and your Dodo from your grave. And then you can use Bow Wow's effect to recur resources and plan to link them off into the Big Link 4. Or what I was thinking you could do in this situation is the standard combo. You use just Bow Wow's effect, recur. You can add back, you're going to want to add back your fire and your ice. And then you can just use Pandemonium, and depending on the situation and the deck you're going against, you can fuse all three of these together into your Prankid's Battle Butler, which is a quick effect to Raigeki, and just dismantle your opponent's board while getting 3 more monsters on the field. Or you can just go Weather Washer and set up kind of a defense board, because Weather Washer has those battle effects. The reason you have Prankid's plan is pretty much just in case you run into back row decks. So instead of making that, you would use Prankid's plan to make Roaster, Tribute off Roaster, blow up their back row on the end phase, and then follow up the next turn. So that's your instant fusion combo. We're going to keep these two out. These can go back in the deck. Pretty much everything can reset. Alright. So now we're moving on to our Prankid's Pranks combo. So for pranks, all you need is one Prankid's monster. Doesn't matter which one. And Prankid's Pranks. So this is kind of like instant fusion. You can do this in whichever order you want. Preferably, I like to activate Pranks first, just to kind of bait something out if I have something else in my hand that I can follow up with. Pranks effect, discard a Prankid's card, in this case Lampsies. Special summon a Prankid's token. Then you normal summon your Dropsies. And from there, you're pretty much just doing the same combo that you did with Instant Fusion. The only difference is instead of having Rocket Ride as your other monster, you're using the token instead, because the token acts as a Prankid's monster. The only difference is at the end of the turn, Prank's effect can shuffle 3 Prankid's cards back into your deck to draw a card, so you would just shuffle whatever you know you're not going to use for the following turn back into the deck. So I'm not going to completely go fully out displaying that combo because of the sake of time. Uploading a 30-minute video is a bit of a pain in the butt, and I know it's a bit of a pain for y'all to have to watch a 30-minute video. So that is that combo. So this is where things kind of get a bit different for each one. We're going to go with our Polymerization combo. Obviously, you're going to need 2 Prankid's monsters. So what you're going to do, you're going to activate Poly. You're going to fuse your 2 Prankid's monsters, in this case, Prankid's Lampsies and Dropsies. Those are my preferred ones to go into anyways. You're going to make Rocket Ride. Chain Link 1, 2, 3. Rocket Ride's effect. It's going to lose 1,000. Doesn't matter, because you're going first. Dropsies. You're going to special summon your Roxies. Fansies is going to be special summoned off of Lampsies when you burn for 5. So you have 2 monsters on the field. Preferably want to keep those kind of right like that. And then you're going to use Rocket Ride's effect. You're going to tribute it to special summon. So if the Rocket Ride gets interrupted, you still have 2 monsters on board. And from there you can just go with your normal instant fusion combo. Except you'll come out having 1 extra monster at the end. But just for sake of video. So you've used these 2. So you're going to use Roxies and Fansies. You're going to go into your Prankid's Dodo Doodle Doo. So to avoid drawing Lockbird, because that happened to me, I was playing against an Endymion player at Locals this week, or last week, and he dropped Droll on me, so I think the better way to set up your Chain Link is to first Chain Link 1 Fansies, Chain Link 2 Dodo, and then Chain Link 3 Roxies, so that way you always get your search of your Pandemonium even if Dodo gets drolled afterwards, so you still have that. Roxy's isn't necessary. It's kind of just extra, nice to have, but anyways, so Fancy's effect is going to go through. You're going to send your Prankid's plan. You are going to special summon a Prankid's Dropsies. Dodo's effect is going to go off. You're going to add Prankid's Pandemonium. Then Roxy's effect is going to go off. You're going to banish whatever card from your hand. Doesn't particularly matter which. What's the other Pandemonium? So let's say we had random card in our hand. You'd banish it. You'd draw a card. Special summon. Doesn't particularly matter what you special summon. So we're going to say Prankid's Fancies. If you had an alright, so then you're going to Exy summon 2 level 2 Aqua monsters. You're going to make Totally Awesome. So let's see, we have a Pandemonium in hand. We have all this here, so that's it for the monsters that, you know, you're pretty much going to be special summoning. So you can just, I'm trying to think of how you want to do this. Use Dropsies, or freaking Dropsies, jeez. Dodo, boink, boink, 2 monsters back into your hand. So now you have Plan and Pandemonium. Link 2. Prankid's Bow Wow Bark. And then you set Pandemonium. Set Prankid's Plan. So next turn, you have Totally Awesome, which is a negate. So what it does is, when your opponent activates a card effect, it says monster spell or trap effect, but card effect. You can send 1 Aqua you controller in your hand. So if you have another Dropsies in your hand, you can just use that. But preferably, you'll use Totally Awesome. You could send these 2. Then whatever you negated, you get set to your field. So, you know, as long as it's not a link monster, you get to set a monster to your field, preferably in the far left or right corner. If it's spell and trap, set it wherever. And then you would add back Prankid's Dropsies. So the difference in this play is depending on the deck you're going against. If you're going against a back row deck, remember I sent Plan off of Fancies and added it back with Dodo. This could also be a Pandemonium, so you have 2 Pandemonium instead. Depends. I prefer to go Plan, just, you know, in case there's a back row deck, because that's not necessarily the best to go against. But if you happen to be going against a monster deck and you have 2 Pandemoniums instead, you can Pandemonium these, go into your Weather Washer, use Bow Wow's effect, well, use their effect, special summon the opposite back, so you use Dropsies, special another Fancies, Fancy special Dropsies, Bow Wow. You can add your Lampsies back, and then if you have another Pandemonium, you can fuse all those into a Battle Butler, or you can use because you use Totally Awesome, because you want to try to get Totally off the field in a decent speed. You can basically just fuse these 2, go into Washer, get your 2 extra monsters, and then you can link off. Instead of going into Battle Butler, by using Bow Wow's effect, you can use Plan, link 4, and go into Prankid's Rip Roar and Roaster. And then you can use Weather Washer's effect. You would do the same thing with Bow Wow and just special back your Dodo and your Bow Wow for following plays the next turn. So that's your poly play. Your poly play is, I would definitely say, one of your better plays because it can put out a negate. However, your Pandemonium play is just as good. You'll be ending on relatively the same board, except instead of having a Totally Awesome, you'll have another Prankid's Pandemonium. So let's see. For this, you're going to want Pandemonium, 2 Prankid's monsters. Like I said before, it doesn't particularly matter which one. So you're going to start off same way as Poly. You're going to use Pandemonium. You're going to fuse your 2 Prankid's monsters. You're going to go into a Prankid's Rocket Ride. You're going to use their effect. Only difference is Pandemonium now locks you into special summoning only Prank Kids monsters. So, Dropsies, gain 1,000. Fansies effect. Send plan. It's gotta be plan. Special Roxy's. Rocket Ride's effect. Tribute. Special back your monsters. Doesn't matter what position because you're not special summoning anything that's not a Prank Kids anymore. Link those two. The ones that you haven't used. Into Dodo. Set up your chain link. Since we have Roxy's and Dodo in the same one, you're going to set up Lampsies is 1, Dodo is 2, and Roxy's is chain link 3. Or, wait, no. Lampsy, okay, yeah. Roxy's is chain link 1, Dodo is chain link 2, Lampsies is chain link 3. So Lampsies goes off first. Special summon the opposite one from your deck. Roxy's, or Dodo's effect search. Man, I'm getting really confused. And then you'll use Roxy's effect, banish a card from your hand, draw a card, and then special. So then you have a board with all 4 Prank Kids monsters in the deck on field. Then you're going to use Dodo's effect. You're going to tribute Dodo, and you're going to add to your hand Prank Kids Pandemonium, Prank Kids Plan. So there's a couple ways you go about this. You could just leave your board like this, where you have these 3 set, and you could pass, or preferably what I like to do is I like to go into Bow Wow first. That way I don't have to, let's say I'm going against a back row deck, so I have to use my plan to make a roaster, but I also want to go into Bow Wow to prevent roaster from potentially being destroyed. So I like to just make Bow Wow on my turn, then set all these, pass, and then from there you can go Battle Butler, you can go straight into Roaster, you can go into your Weather Washer. You have a lot of options here because you have multiple ways to link and fusion summon. So yeah, those are your main combos. If you run the Mystic Mind variant, I'm going to show you real quick what you can do under Mystic Mind. Alright, sorry if there's a cut in the video somewhere, but the Mystic Mind combo can be a bit complicated, so I had to restart it. So, to do your Mystic Mind combo, first off, if your opponent has any interruptions, you want to try to get through as many interruptions as you can. However, if they don't and they just have more monsters on you and they're looking to kill you next turn, or if you're just trying to stall for time, you're going to want an extender. This could be any of the ones listed in the previous combos: Instant Fusion, Pranks, Poly, Pandemonium. So for this, we're going to go Prank Kids Pandemonium is going to be our extender. You're going to want to activate Prank Kids Pandemonium. You're going to want to fusion summon these two. You're going to want to go into your Rocket Ride. You're going to want to use his effect. We have Lampsies and Dropsies, so we're going to use Lampsies' effect to burn for 500. And then we're going to special summon. Doesn't particularly have to be Dropsies, preferably not Fansies. And then you're going to use Dropsies' effect to gain 1,000, special summon your other corresponding one. Then you're going to Pandemonium's in the grave. You're going to link 2 into your Prank Kids, Dodo Doodle Doo. Then you're going to chain Dodo, chain Fansies. Fansies is going to go off, Fansies is going to send. Doesn't particularly matter, any Prank Kids card you're going to send place. You just need the special, that's what kind of matters here. So let's say Roxy's, because Roxy's is not really one you're going to be using in the combo. Then Dodo is going to search a Prank Kids card. You're going to search Prank Kids Pranks, because you need to recycle as many resources as possible in order to keep your combo pieces flowing. So then you are going to tribute Dodo. You're going to add back to your hand a Lampsies, Pandemonium. Then you're going to activate mine. You're going to link to, like I said, that's just a proxy. You're going into your battle. So by the end of the turn, you only have one monster, right? You've already burnt your opponent for 500. If you had dropsies, you've gained 1,000. Then you're going to activate Prankid's Pranks. So then, and you're going to set your Pandemonium. So then during your end phase, what you're going to do is you're going to pick 3 Prankid's cards. You can pick the random one you shuffled. You can pick, particularly for the first turn since Lamps is in your hand, but you're going to want to cycle your combo starters. So you're going to cycle Dodo. You're going to cycle Dropsies. The other card, doesn't necessarily matter what it is, back into your deck. So you can shuffle. Then draw a card. Called by the Grave for us. Then during your opponent's turn, the whole point is to stay under their monster count. If they're a monster, because if they get the same monster count as you, your combo is essentially rendered useless, unless you have a comeback play the next turn. So by the time you're done with all this, you'll probably have a combo for next turn to just straight up OTK your opponent. So if they go 1 monster and they end the turn with 1, it's better off to, well, they're gonna go end of main. So combo extend. If they just link into 1 monster, just Pandemonium, fuse the monster you added, Lampsies, and that burn your opponent for 500, go into Washer. So during their end phase, you can special summon combo pieces back to just kill them next turn. But if they happen to not be able to just get into 1 monster and they have 2 or 3 monsters on field, what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to Pandemonium. You're going to use your Lampsies in your Bow Wow. You're going to special summon Prankid's Weather Washer, so you only have 1 on board. You're going to activate Lampsies' effect to burn your opponent for 500. Then you don't actually have to special summon. So you're not going to. You're just going to want Washer on field, so you only have 1 monster. So then they only have 1 monster. They can't really do anything unless they draw Twin Twisters. Even if they do, you have full normal combo already. But let's say they don't. So during their end, you're going to use Washer's effect. You're going to special summon back your Lampsies for next turn. You're going to special summon back preferably 1 other monster. Like I said, it depends on their monster count. If they're already at 1 monster, then you're probably just going to let them pass and do normal combo anyways. But then you special summon back, like I said, depending on monster count, 1 other Prankid's monster. Or in this case, since we just fusion summoned, you go Bow Wow. And then you can use Bow Wow's effect. Add 2 back to your hand. Pandemonium, Roxy's. And then you burn your opponent for 500. Next turn, draw a card. Normal, link Dodo. And basically repeat the cycle. Make sure you're recycling your Lampsies once you start to run out. Your Pandemoniums, your Weather Washers, your Bow Wows. Just make sure you're recycling and managing resources. But by the end of the combo, you should just have your opponent burn down to time, stall for time, which this deck does really well. Or your life points will just be so high that they'll just scoop. I've had that happen because my life points got to like 16,000 plus, and they were at 3,600. I was going against an Orcus player, and at that point, even if they had attacked me multiple times, I could have just went back full combo. Plus then time was a concern anyways. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was able to help you out. And if you liked it, I encourage you to hit like, subscribe, notification bell. Make sure all your notifications are turned on. Sometimes it only comes up as partial, so it doesn't pop up in your feed. And we will see you guys in the next duel. Peace, peace.